Milling Through History presents The Big Maple Leaf. You might be asking yourself right now, what is a big maple leaf? Well, this is a coin, but unlike any other. Minted in the year 2007, the Big Maple Leaf is a 99.999% pure gold coin, weighing in at an impressive 220 pounds. It is 1 inch thick and 20 inches in diameter, and worth, upon minting, $1 million. The Royal Canadian Mint would create 6 of these coins, where one side would show the profile of Elizabeth II, and on the opposite side, showing the Canadian maple leaf. Why did they do this? Well, if you ask members of the Canadian Royal Mint, it was quite simple. Because we can. However, this coin is subject to possibly one of the most unique and interesting mysteries to occur, and it only happened just a few years ago. On March 27, 2017, one of the coins was stolen from the Bode Museum in Berlin from the coin cabinet room. Now, this case is rather fascinating because probably never in anyone's life outside of a movie theater has a crime ever been committed that is so mimicry of Ocean's 11 that you really need to sit down and take a few moments to appreciate the beauty of this crime. How it worked was, in the early morning hours of March 27, the thieves waited for the S-Bahn train to go to bed for a 2.5-hour stint. Once the train stopped running, the thieves would climb up onto the railroad tracks. With a ladder in tow, they would go to the museum. Putting the ladder up against the wall of the museum that faced the train tracks, they were able to reach the 3rd floor window. Climbing up the ladder, they went inside and proceeded into the coin room. When they stood face to face with the Big Maple Leaf, they took a sledgehammer to break open the bulletproof glass that was surrounding the coin. From there, the 4 thieves would have to pick up the coin, carry it back to the window, carefully bring it down the ladder, and then, crossing the train track bridge over towards the Montbijou Park, they would then bring it down onto the ground. Now, it's at this point it's believed that the coin may have been dropped and was damaged. The thieves would then get the coin to a vehicle and disappear with it. When news of the theft broke, the Royal Canadian Mint commented that the original coin was still in Canada, but 5 duplicates had been made and sold to private collectors. And so, as such, this coin wasn't the original, but it was a copy. But its loss to the owner, it was certainly exponential. Now, how much was that worth to the owner? Well, at the time of the theft, the coin's value had been raised from $1 million to $4.5 million. Now, in investigating this particular crime, the question arises, who did it and how did they do it? Well, German authorities would investigate and arrest 3 specific suspects who were Lebanese immigrants into the country who were also attached to a notorious crime family within Germany. A 4th suspect was a security guard who worked at the museum and were friends with the culprits. This security guard had been the one who informed them about all the different security measures that could be averted in order to steal the coin. As of 2019, the 4 were put on trial. However, 3 would have to go through juvenile court, as they were not old enough to be tried as adults. It was only the security guard who would be put on trial in regular court because he was deemed an adult in the eyes of the German law. And so now the final part of the mystery is, where is the Big Maple Leaf? Sadly, nobody knows, and German authorities have already acknowledged most likely this particular coin has been melted down. It may have been mixed with copper in order to go ahead and break down the purity of the gold so that it'd be easier to send to any number of locations. As such, this particular piece of art is lost forever. And while most people would say it's not that big of a loss, it's still $4.5 million. And that's a big enough loss if you ask most people. Be sure to click like, share, and subscribe for future episodes of Milling Through History, and be sure to leave a comment below for future episode ideas.